Let's go ahead and get this thing up and running, bro. Let's go ahead and get it up and running. All right, all right, all right. I love that, man. I love that. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How big is it if you don't? All right, bro. All right, bro. Like 6'7". It's 6'7". What is this AI intro? Bro, that's my go-to. It's my go-to. I may or may not have cooked it up, cooked a little something up myself. And that is the result. I thought it was low-key kind of fire. We're about to I'm posting a YouTube short right now, and then I need to share this with the Discord. And then I'll let y'all decide what we do. Should we just sit here and talk about the fights, or should we rewatch the press conference? Because first of all, I haven't watched it yet. Second off, guys, I was planning on doing a stream for the press conference and I missed it. Yeah, we talked about it. We even voted on it. For whatever reason, I was thinking that it was Friday morning and it was actually Thursday morning. So that's on me, guys. But we still got time. We still got time. Let me go ahead and send this in the Discord real quick. We go ahead and share this. Let me go ahead and share this, gang. Let's see. All right. I'll say UFC 321 predictions. All right, let's throw that in there. All right, definitely do picks. All right, go ahead and send that through. And let's get it. But yeah, we were supposed to watch the press conference. I have it pulled up if we want to. I have it pulled up. But I don't know, man. I haven't seen clips or anything. Of it. But I definitely just missed it. I thought that it was supposed to be on Friday. Like, I thought the press conference was going to be this morning. But turns out it was yesterday, and I missed the whole thing. What's going on, Eli? What's good, Brendan? How we doing? Doing good, man. Doing good. Excited. But yeah, we're gonna get into the predictions in a minute. I was asking Chama if y'all wanted to watch the press conference real quick because I didn't get to watch it, but I can do that later if y'all don't want to, or we can just talk about the fights. It was a snooze fest. Wouldn't recommend watching it. Yeah, I mean, that's probably true. That's probably true. Aspinall's not much of a trash talker. Neither is Gon. So, the only clip I did see was Umar. What was it? It was Umar basically asking for a title shot if he won, And Dana White was like, kind of. He's like, if you impress me, basically, is what he said. And yeah, that's basically, I agree with that. If Umar gets a win, he's probably next after Jan. Since, well, that fight's already booked. So, what's going on, Bloody Games? What's going on? What's going on, guys? What's going on? Oh, I didn't watch the press conference, but Twitter said it was one of the worst press conferences in history. Oh my gosh. This is the problem, guys. This is the problem. Yeah, I don't know about Aspinall, but for Cyril Gahn's case, this is why we cannot let Tom Aspinall lose. If Cyril Gahn wins, what are we going to do? Like, who's getting excited for potentially Cyril Gahn versus Almeida or Cyril Gahn versus Volkov, the trilogy? How many views is that press conference going to get? It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. Aspinall, Almeida press conference still won't be much better, but it'll be a little bit better because people will want to see Aspinall at least. But like the heavyweight division sucks, bro. It's in shambles. And it got even pushed back further when Jones was holding it up. But honestly, I feel like this whole Jones Aspinall standoff kind of has propelled Aspinall to a bigger star than he was before. So I guess that's cool. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the predictions in 1 second. Umar is so salty after losing to Marab. He knows if he loses again, he is getting thrown off the cliff. That's crazy. He shouldn't lose to Mario Bautista. Even though Mario Bautista is I don't even know if I can say underrated anymore. He's good. He is good, but he's not on Umar's level. I think he'll be one step behind the whole time. I think he'll show some glimpses, but he's not going to win. But let's go ahead and get into it. I haven't looked at the odds yet, really. We got Aspinall as a big favorite. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, that's scary, guys. I ain't gonna lie, that's scary. Ryan, what's good? Oh no. Aspinall's gonna win. Aspinall's gonna win. But Almeida, okay, valid. This is the fight. This is the fight I'm super interested in. Rakic versus Azamat Murzakanov, because let's look at Azamat's last couple fights. Like if we're looking at the levels of competition, comparing these two, this is a big step up in competition for a guy like Azamat. I think Rakic is probably the most underrated fighter in the division, but they're feeding him to the wolves, bro. They're giving him hard matchup after hard matchup. But let's go ahead and start off with Azamat. We're just going to talk about the main card, all right? Yeah, just look at the names on the resume. You know, old man Dustin Jacoby, Alonzo Minifield actually used to be ranked. Can you believe it? I mean, like, here's the last couple fights that Azamat's been put through from the UFC. The UFC is trying to slowly build him up. He's getting knockout after knockout. Great. Let's go over here and look at Rakic's last couple fights. Okay, guys? If it'll let me look at them. Okay, yeah. Let's compare and contrast, guys. Let's compare and contrast. Magomed Ankalaev, the man who just lost his belt. Sort of a competitive fight, kind of. Yuri Prohaska. Rakic was winning this whole fight until Yuri Prohaska landed that one shot. He was beating him up. Jan Blachowicz. Look, 3 former champions in a row. Okay? Thiago Santos, former title challenger. Anthony Smith, former title challenger. Volkan Oezdemir, former title challenger. They're putting this man through the fire. But the problem is he's losing. Like, he probably should have got a win. Oh, this was a long time ago. He should have got a win over Oezdemir. Oezdemir's good, but like Rakic is good. He's underrated. Is he going to be good enough to beat a guy like Azamat? I think he will. Actually, I'm going to say he will. I'm going to say Alexander Rakic actually gets this one done by decision. I think the step up in competition is going to be too good or too big for Azamat. I think Azamat will, look good in the beginning. I think Rakic is going to mix it up if he wants to. That's a tricky fight, man. That's a tricky fight. That is a tricky fight. If it was a 5-round fight, I would be considering Batista. With being 3 rounds, he doesn't have a great shot. Yeah. I don't see, but dude, minus 625 for Umar is crazy. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's got to be the name. It's got to be the name. Umar's tough. Look, Umar's the second best fighter in the division for sure. Mario's good though. Mario might be like fifth best in the division. Umar being a minus 625 is wild. However, I will not be betting against him, okay? But yeah, Umar's going to wrestle, do what he does, take the fight to the ground. Batista's going to try to work at scrambles. I'm not even expecting a finish in this fight. I think it's going to go the distance. I mean, there is a chance Umar takes his back, but I'm going to go Umar decision in that one. Who do you think Ilya's fighting next? Now there's stuff coming up. You know, people were saying Ilya versus Gaethje was basically confirmed. Now we were talking about Ilya versus Patty like it was confirmed. Now Ilya comes out and says that he doesn't have an opponent yet. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Honestly, I think the smart move for the UFC, even though they will get backlash, is to have Ilya fight Patty. Because Ilya versus Patty, let's be honest, Patty doesn't deserve it, but it's kind of a super fight, bro. Superstar versus superstar. If Ilya's going to win, by the way, but if Ilya happens to lose, you have another superstar taking his place as the champion in Patty Pimblett. And it's a super fight they need to get out of the way because Ilya Topuria has made it very clear. His intentions are set on Islam. So if Ilya beats Patty Pimblett, you have that super fight out of the way. It makes Ilya Topuria even a bigger star, especially with it being the first Paramount event pay-per-view. But Ilya versus Patty, book it. If Ilya Topuria beats Patty, which he will, he's going to move up to 170 and fight the winner of Islam and Jack. And that's going to be such a big fight, probably the biggest fight in UFC history if it's against Islam, because this will be Islam, one of the greatest fighters, a double champ, versus another double champ who is Ilya Topuria trying to win his third belt, being the first ever triple champ. So I like the Patty versus Ilya because if they don't book it now, I don't think it ever will happen. So I think that's the fight to make. Especially for a I forgot what I was going to say. But that's especially for an entertainment business because yes, the UFC is sport, but at the same time, they're trying to make money, okay? They're trying to make money. Patty versus Ilya is how you make money. But yeah, I think Patty versus Ilya is the fight to make next. I've changed my mind on this a couple different times. I don't want to see Gaethje, bro. I thought it should have been Ilya versus Arman Tsarukyan, but I understand why they went a different route. But at that point, it should have just been Gaethje versus Arman and not Arman versus Hooker. So, yeah, I think Patty makes the most sense from the UFC's perspective. Honestly, though, Bautista beat Patchy Mix. I think Batista beats Umar just off that one win. Facts, bro. Patchy Mix, guys. I mean, he's low-key one of the GOATs, man. One of the GOATs. One of the GOATs. I feel like there's a tiniest chance Gon can fluke a KO. Tommy by sub round 1. Here's the thing, guys. I've watched a lot of Tom Aspinall fights in my day. And the one negative you can say from what we've seen, we haven't seen a lot of film because his fights don't go very long. But Tom Aspinall has eaten some shots. Not a whole lot of clean shots, but Tom Aspinall's striking defense does not look to be the best. Cyril Gane's a pretty accurate striker in the heavyweight division. Now, he doesn't have that one-shot power. Like, he doesn't have power on the same level of a Tom Aspinall. But he's got some pop in his hands. If Aspinall were to eat too many punches from Gane, Gane can sit him down. Gane can finish the fight. But with that being said, Tom Aspinall, I think Tom Aspinall is going to be a little bit quicker than Gane. And Gane's known as a fast heavyweight. Very technical, right? Gane probably even is the better striker with less power and less speed. But if I'm Tom Aspinall, bro, I don't even want to entertain the striking. Maybe for a little bit, maybe for a minute, 2 minutes, not even a whole round. I don't want to entertain that with Cyril Gane. Take the path of least resistance. Gane, who, yes, he's been working, but what has been his weaknesses, or what has been his weakness his entire career? The grappling, okay? Tom Aspinall, one of the best grapplers in the division. Take the path of least resistance, take this fight to the ground, and lock up a submission. You can probably do that within 5 minutes. You can probably lock up a submission just as fast as John Jones did. That's what I think. For that reason, I'm going to go with Tom Aspinall by submission. I do think, though, I don't know what the props are, but I do think this is going to be a Tom Aspinall fight that does leave the first round. That's not necessarily a ballsy take or anything, but people are probably going to be picking Aspinall round one, submission round one. I think Aspinall is going to really work. I think he's going to work the takedowns. Maybe Gon even stuffs a takedown or two. I think Gon's going to have some early success. I think Aspinall's going to, people are going to be stressing a little bit, thinking, oh, Aspinall actually might lose. Gon's going to have, he's going to be landing his jab, landing that teep up the middle probably. Aspinall's going to get a takedown. I don't think he'll hop on a submission right away. I think Aspinall is going to be patient. It's a 5-round fight. And I think he's going to work the position over oh my gosh, the stutter's crazy. He's going to work position over submission, right? He's going to take his time. I can see a TKO ground and pound stoppage from Tom Aspinall. I think he's going to beat him up on the ground at the end of round one. Guys, look, I'm seeing the script right now, okay? The fight's going to start, okay? They're touching gloves. Ciryl Gane's working these leg kicks, body kicks like he does, landing the jab. He's starting to land on Tom Aspinall. Tom hasn't really landed much. Oh, Gane stuffs a takedown even. Uh-oh, guys. Tom Aspinall fans are panicking. The UFC world is panicking. Gane's starting to let go a little bit, not landing anything crazy, but he's looking like he's going to pick him apart. Tom Aspinall gets in on the clinch, up against the cage, works a beautiful trip, gets Gane to the mat. About 2.5 minutes left in round one. Aspinall, dominant position, side control, steps over into mount, lands some good shots, ground and pound. The bell rings. Moving on to round two. Tom Aspinall takes him down again and submits him. I've seen the script, guys, okay? I've seen the script. So my official prediction, I'm going to go with Tom Aspinall by submission. I'm going to say in the second round if I had to guess. Obviously, if anybody in here bets, don't bet around, bro. It's just dumb. It's a fist fight, by the way, guys. Anything could happen. But it's going to be it's really an interesting matchup. It's a necessary fight for Aspinall, I will say. Because if you can't get through Gane, bro, you're cooked. You're cooked. But yeah, this is the best striker Aspinall's fought by far. We thought, guys, we were full. We thought Sergey Pavlovich was like not this super crisp striker, but heavy power puncher that was a real threat on the feet. Aspinall was too quick, knocked him out in 1 minute. What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? Ilia Toptoro needs to defend his belt at lightweight a couple times before moving up. Maybe the UFC. I don't think the UFC is going to mind a Ilia versus Islam fight, no matter what the cost is. You don't want to squander that. So, Tom by banana split, guys. This is what I'm thinking about Aspinall. Right? This is what I'm thinking. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm the only one feeling this in the air, but I'm feeling a Tom Aspinall submission, but not with not with your standard, I don't know, rear naked choke or something. I'm feeling like a Kimura. I'm feeling like an Americana, maybe a straight arm. Like I'm feeling something like that. I'm feeling a limb submission, okay? A joint submission. I don't know why. I can just picture it. I can just picture, not like a heel hook or anything, but I can just picture Tom Aspinall, working at a half guard, maybe stepping over into side control, locking up a Kimura. I could see that, bro. That's my prediction. Look, I'm gonna be hardcore taking MMA if I get this right. We've done it before, but I'm gonna go Tom Aspinall by Kimura if we're gonna be technical. Okay, Gane definitely has better striking. Yeah, he does. Definitely more technical for sure. Tom, yeah, especially defensively too. What up, Ryan? What up? Thomas power, not good technique. Ciryl has good technique, not great power. Yeah, yeah, they need to combine. They low key need to make a baby, and then Tom Aspinall Ciryl Gane combo be the best fighter of all time, right? No one in here bets on Fight Sunk. Yeah, we don't do that, guys. Come on, quit. Gane turned Francis into a wrestler. That's true. That is true. Gane could. He's going to try to pick apart Tom Aspinall. He's going to try to take him to the later rounds just because we haven't seen it. I don't think that necessarily means that Tom Aspinall can't go to the later rounds, okay? People just assume that because somebody hasn't done something or shown something that they're just bad at it. So, yeah, Tom definitely could drop him, definitely could knock him out. We've seen Gane get dropped before I don't think Francis dropped him, but I think he got dropped by Tuivasa. But popped back up. He seems to have a pretty good chin. Tom Aspinall, his different, though. I mean, Gane's been in there with guys like Francis and Derek Lewis. So, yeah, I don't know, man. But the thing is, Ciryl Gane got out-wrestled by Francis, bro. He's been out-wrestled by Volkov. He's going to get out wrestled by Aspinall. I actually don't think Aspinall is going to knock him out. Obviously, very possible. If he does, I'm thinking it's going to be after he had already landed a couple takedowns. But it might only take one takedown to finish the fight. That's what John Jones did. But who wins, me or Ilya? I think I think I get the lucky shot and put him out cold. Facts. I got you, Ryan. I got you. Even at the press conference, Aspinall was saying boring split decision. I saw that, playing mind games. He's going to come out full steam ahead. I don't think he knows any better. I've been seeing some clips of Tom Aspinall. He gets like, well, not like nervous, but he gets like antsy. As soon as he steps in the octagon, as soon as the bell rings, he gets like so antsy, you can tell. Like just ready to go, and it works. It works. Hot take, Tom Aspinall will beat Gon. Bro, dropping scorching hot takes in the chat, bro. All Aspinall's opponents have been plotting heavyweights. Nobody that moves like Gon. Facts. That is true. Gon's got more experience at the heavyweight division, I will say. But Aspinall's also passed all of his tests with flying colors. So we'll see. If Volkov beat Gon, Tom will too. Yeah, Volkov did beat Gon, bro. Tom's going to beat him, yeah. Tom's a better striker than Volkov. He's not as long, but he's a better striker. He's quicker. He's got more power. And he's a better grappler. The only thing we don't know is that maybe he doesn't have as good of a chin, or maybe he doesn't have as good of cardio. But Aspinall's going to finish him, bro. He's going to finish him. Volkov didn't beat Gon yet. Technically, he didn't. But we all know, look, I even picked Volkov by decision in that fight. That's why I was extra upset, because Volkov by decision was like a plus 700. And we got robbed. I thought Volkov won the fight, to be honest. I thought Volkov won the fight. But Aspinall doesn't KO people, he TKOs people. Okay. If Tuivasa landed 3 more shots than when he had Gon rocked, we would have had Jones versus Tuivasa. Oh my, dude, imagine the alternate reality. Imagine the alternate reality. We get John Jones versus Tai Tuivasa. How do y'all think that fight would have went? Imagine Tuivasa chinned Jones. Imagine Tai Tuivasa, the shoey man, was the one to do it. That would be crazy. Gon would have beat Francis if he didn't go for the submission. Yeah, Gon should have. That fight was so close too, bro. Gon gave Francis that fight. I agree with that. How much do I bet on Tom? It definitely feels like a lock. Definitely does. He did get robbed, yeah. My mom said that you said the press conference was boring. She said that this was double boring, and I said, so are your Hallmark movies. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I think the White House card should include Tom Aspinall versus Johnny Ducky Jones and Ilya versus Islam Nurmagomedov. Bro, imagine. We're not going to look. I'm going to go ahead and lay this out there. We're not going to get that spoiled, right? I think you save, if you're going to do Ilya versus Islam, just save that. Don't put that at the White House. It doesn't make too much sense. I mean, it's a big fight on a big stage, but I want to see that fight like in Spain. I know that'd be my ideal location. Islam might not accept that. But Aspinall Jones makes sense for the White House. Obviously, he has to win this fight this weekend. Jones has to clear some things up and get back in training and sign a contract. But I don't know, man. Aspinall versus Jones definitely makes more sense than Ilya Islam. But I don't know. We'll see. It sounds like McGregor's going to be fighting at the White House. It really does. I know you are thinking, oh, Connor's not going to fight. I think he will. I honestly think he will. But yeah, let's move on to the next fight. I got Aspinall by submission. Verna Jandiroba versus Mackenzie Dern, guys. I'm not knowledgeable at women's MMA at all. I'm not going to sit here and act like one of these hardcore fans that is. So, give me the underdog. I've seen Jandiroba fight a couple times. She looks great. I think we're going to see back-to-back submissions right here, man. Give me Jandiroba, the underdog, the upset by submission, all right? Did you see how much better Connor's looking in his speech yesterday? Yeah, I didn't see the whole speech. I've just seen like a little clip. But yeah, it looks good. I mean, hey, it looks legit. I mean, Connor, if he's in the right headspace, especially, I think Connor can get his act together, really get to training, I don't know what weight he's going to fight at, but I think it's a real possibility we see him back in action next year. And if I had to guess, that will probably be his last fight. You know, maybe Conor McGregor somehow gets a KO victory early, and then he's going to talk like if he wins, he's going to talk like he's going to return. I think this will be his final fight. I think he technically has 2 fights left on the contract, but I don't know. I think him making his or having his retirement at the White House would be cool. I think if McGregor can't fight at the White House, then it's Tom Alex. I agree. I think McGregor Chandler or McGregor Diaz, whichever one. McGregor somebody should be the priority. And if you really have Jones, like if you really have Jones hitting you up, hitting up Dana saying, "Look, I really want to fight in the White House." Dana's going to give in. We know the Glades versus John Jones is never going to end. But yeah, I would say Alex versus Jones. Not Alex versus Jones. Tom versus Jones, if you can. But probably going to be McGregor. There's also talks of Alex Pereira versus John Jones. Maybe Dana White gives into that. Joe Rogan's going to push for that because he wants to see that. Like, I don't mind that fight at all. But I don't know, man. My early prediction would be McGregor Chandler. But they've also said they're going to make a title fight for the card. So I don't know, man. I'm going to say McGregor versus Chandler. Maybe McGregor versus Nate Diaz could happen, but I feel like Dana White kind of feels bad for Michael Chandler. He's been waiting all these years. So maybe they'll do that one. Ilya Toptoro versus Islam Makhachev, first ever card in Dagestan. That would be crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That would, dude, that would be epic. I don't know where they would do it at because I'm not familiar with that territory, but that would be sick, bro. If the UFC went to Dagestan or somewhere like that, that'd be sick. You should make a vid of the speech. I need to watch it. I've just seen like a 5-second clip. I hope Mackenzie Dern wins for no specific reason. That's crazy. That's crazy. White House will be Connor versus Chandler and Kayla versus Nunes. You know what? You're probably spot on. I know it's still way too early, but if I had to make a prediction right now for the main and co-main, I would probably pick the exact same things you just said. And maybe we get like a don't want to be unrealistic, but maybe we get I think the card is going to be stacked. Maybe we get O'Malley versus Sandhagen, something like that. I'm sure Colby Covington's going to be on the card. I think Colby versus Kevin Holland would go crazy. Yeah. The card's going to be stacked, bro. It's going to be good. They'll probably put Bo Nickel on there. I'm sure they will. Hello, Casual. How you doing? What's going on? Doing good, man. Doing good. McGregor Diaz will be epic. Chandler's finished. Facts. If Alex beats Tom, he becomes the GOAT, no doubt. Dude, actually, I meant to make a video on this. I'm going to make a video on this sometime soon, but yes, here's the thing. Alex Pereira is in a position where, yes, he just beat Magomed Ankalaev. If Alex wins his next 2 fights, and let me specify which fights they are, but if Alex is potentially 2 fights away, 2 wins away from becoming the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. Now, before you freak out, think about this, okay? It's not going to happen, but Alex wants to fight John Jones. If Alex beats John Jones, even though he's older, what a name to add to your resume. And then goes even as far to beat Tom Aspinall. How do we view Alex Pereira now? I mean, we got John Jones on the resume, Tom Aspinall on the resume, Izzy on the resume, who I know he's 1-1 with, Jan Blachowicz, former champion, Khalil Roundtree, 2 wins over Yuri Prohaska, Sean Strickland. Who am I missing? Did I already say Big Ank? Big Magomed Ankalaev. I might have already said that. Jamal Hill. That's like 10 former champions, bro. That's like 10 former champions on the resume. Obviously, big if. But if Alex beats Jones and Aspinall, he's the GOAT. He might be the GOAT. I mean, seriously. I think for the White House, it's McGregor, Chandler, and Holloway Oliveira. I like that. I think Holloway's going to want to. Here's the thing Holloway's going to want to fight before that, but I don't know who's going to fight right now because it's either going to be if it's Ilya versus. Let's think about this. If it's Ilya versus Gaethje, if that's what they're actually going to do, It's probably going to be Max Holloway versus Patty, which is also a banger fight. And then I don't know, man. I don't know. There's also potential, guys. If Ilya fights in January and wins, which I'm assuming he will win whoever he fights, but there's also potential that at the White House, maybe we get a vacant lightweight title fight. It's possible. Maybe we live in a world where Holloway Pimblett is for a vacant title. Holloway Oliveira's for a vacant title. Something like that. Holloway Gaethje rematch for a vacant title this time. I don't know, man. It is a real possibility that Ilya does win in January and vacate his title and move to 170. So maybe we do get a vacant title fight. That could be sick. Maybe not as hype as the Ilya fight again, but it is what it is. All right, I'm out, Unc. I'll catch you later. Keep grinding. I appreciate you, Brendan. Hey, you too, bro. You too. Triple champ equals auto goat. Facts. Facts. Alex needs to rematch Big Ank. Alex was compromised going into the first fight, and Big Ank was also injured going into the second fight. We need the trilogy. No major injuries. Yeah. This is the thing, bro. Like, I don't want to like get on these fighters for complaining, but we hear it all the time. Anytime somebody loses, I'm not saying that they're lying, but anytime somebody loses a big fight or loses a fight they're supposed to win, there's some type of excuse or some type of pre-existing injury that comes out, bro. It's kind of annoying. Taporia versus Arman and Marab versus Umar 2 in Georgia. Oh, wow. Pay-per-view card. Dana said he had a meeting about a card in Georgia. Dude, that would be sick too. That would be sick too. Unfortunately, there's so many fights that aren't going to happen, I think. I don't think we're going to get Taporia versus Arman. I don't think we're going to get a Taporia Holloway rematch. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I really do think Taporia is only going to have one more fight at lightweight. Unless Islam meets him back down at 155. So I don't think I think Ilia Topuria might only have 2 fights left on his career. Potentially. I mean, I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it's more like 4, 5, 6, 7. But yeah, my fault, guys. My fault. Yeah, my fault, gang. Y'all can just leave. CM Punk versus Patchy Mix. Hey, headliner. Headliner of the pay-per-view, bro. That's tough. Wait, you're live streaming earlier today. What's going on, UFC girl? Also, I have a super important question. What is it? What's going on? If Alex beats Tom Hamzat, wait, oh, if Alex beats Tom, Hamzat comes up to light heavyweight, beats the champion, then beats Alex, becomes the GOAT, then dominates. If Alex beats Tom, possible but unlikely, Hamzat comes up to light heavyweight, beats the champ, and then beats Alex to become a 3. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you win 3 belts, bro, you're probably going to become the undisputed GOAT of the sport. For the most part. It's so hard to be an undisputed GOAT of mixed martial arts, but if somebody has 3 belts in 3 divisions, bro, that's unheard of. Can't wait for Armin to pull out of the Dan fight. Hey, let's not act like Dan Hooker hasn't pulled out too, though, but imagine if one of them pulls out, the other one's going to go crazy. Carlos and Leon might be the best fight on the card. That's a good fight, too. You're right. Casual needs to step in tomorrow to save my parlays. I got you. Biggest sleeper fight on UFC 322, RoboCop versus Roman Kopylov. Facts. That's a good fight. I'm going to head after that. That's funny. My fault, bro. My fault. I think Tom's rugby tackle could knock out everyone, and you may not believe it, but it could even knock out Mighty Mouse and Ilya Toro. Facts. Facts. All right, guys. Let's get into these official predictions, though. We've been doing a lot of chatting. Okay, we already talked about Aspinall gone. We got Aspinall by submission. I think it's going to go into the second round and probably get finished from there. I don't see it seeing a third round, but yeah, I'm going to go Aspinall, Jandaroba just based on vibes. Don't really know. Umar versus Mario. Mario's a good fighter, man. Mario, he's got a good one too, man. I mean, kid's a superstar, man. Kid's a superstar, but Umar's going to win this fight. I'm not going to say utter domination, but y'all know how we can kind of have like a competitive like, there's like competitive 30-27s. Like Mario, this is what I think is going to happen. I think Umar's going to win all 3 rounds, but I think Mario's going to be in the fight, if that makes sense. So it's going to be like 3-0 for Umar, but I think they're all 3 going to be competitive rounds, but Umar clearly wins. Okay. I think he's going to be in the fight. I don't think he's going to get manhandled and absolutely dominated because I think Mario is good. But I think Umar is going to win this fight convincingly. But yeah, I think Mario is going to get his respect. I think he's going to get his respect. But moving on to Volkov Almeida. This really isn't a hard pick for me, bro. It's not that tough of a pick for me. I think Gelton Almeida is really good, and I hate it because I don't like him. I don't really care to watch him. I also think Volkov has been the most underrated fighter in the division for some time now. He's gotten a lot better. But man, Almeida's this is the thing. It's very rare to see an elite grappler in the heavyweight division, and Gelton Almeida is that. As much as you don't want to admit it, he's a physical. He's a great grappler, bro. He's a great grappler. He took down Curtis Blades 7 times. I mean, who does that to Curtis Blades? I know Curtis got back up to his feet and ultimately won the fight. Kind of fluky, but Gelton Almeida is going to get Volkov down. He's probably going to take his back in the first round. He's going to land like he does those ground and pound shots from the back. And eventually Volkov's either going to have to make a decision to turn and get mounted and eat some more big shots, or he's going to get choked out. I think Almeida's going to, dude, I hate this, bro, because that's going to potentially set up Aspinall Almeida, which I think Aspinall wins that, but I just don't want to see that. But I'm going with Gelton Almeida by. Dude, I could see a TKO, man. I could see a TKO. I'm going to say submission. I'm going to say there's 3 subs on the card, which is a lot. 3 subs in 5 fights. I'm going to say sub for Almeida, sub for Jandaroba, and sub for Aspinall. I'm going to say Umar by decision. And this is the hardest one, bro. Rakic or Azamat? I said Azamat originally, but I'm going to go with Rakic, bro. I've been saying this for a long time that I think Alexander Rakic is the most underrated fighter in the division. So I'll stand on it. Just because I said that doesn't mean he's necessarily guaranteed to win. He's just been through the absolute gauntlet. We've talked about it earlier. Look at his last couple fights, guys. He's fought Magomed Ankalaev, former champion, Yuri Prohaska, former champion, Jan Blachowicz, former champion, Thiago Santos, former title challenger, Anthony Smith, who it's Anthony Smith, but former title challenger, and Volkan Oezdemir, another former title challenger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are his last 6 fights, bro. These are his last. I mean, almost all of these fighters, if not all of these fighters, would beat Azamat. Rakic was kind of in this fight, but he was a step behind, but it was sort of competitive, I guess. He was beating up Yuri until Yuri knocked him out. I think he got injured in this fight, if I'm remembering correctly. He beat Thiago Santos. He beat Anthony Smith. Split decision to Volkan. Volkan's a good fighter, man. Azamat has been knocking out everybody. Dude, look at this. This is 6'4" versus 5'10", bro. Yeah, this confirmed. I'm picking Rakic. I'm picking Rakic. Oh, he could get a finish. I'm going to go decision, though. I'm going to go Rakic by decision. I think he's going to prove a lot of people that he is one of the better light heavyweights. Not title contender level, but right under that, I guess. But he's got a 7-inch reach advantage. He's, 6 inches taller? I think he's going to have to be weary of the power of Azamat, but I think Rakic is fine. I think Rakic is actually going to get this one done. So I guess we're going with 2 underdogs on the card. Rakic is a slight underdog, and Jandaroba is also a slight underdog. So those are my picks, guys. Alexander Rakic by decision. Gelton Almeida by submission. Umar by decision. Jandaroba by submission. Tom Aspinall by submission. Yeah, guys, I'm picking 3 submissions on the main card, bro. That's what I'm picking. Almeida via the absolute most boring lay and pray decision. Let me look at his last couple fights. Yeah, it sucks, man. All right, so we got a first round TKO over Sergey Spivak, another first round finish against Alexander Romanov. got the loss against Curtis Blades. I forgot that was round 2. I was thinking that was round 1, but Almeida took Blades down 7 times in round 1. He beat Derek Lewis by decision. Dang, he couldn't even find a finish against Derek Lewis, man. That's not a good look, but oh, that's kind of tough, man. That's kind of tough. But he's gotten better since then. He's beat Derek Lewis again. He beat Derek Lewis twice, guys. Y'all seeing this? He has 2 wins over Derek Lewis, and he beat Azamat Murzakanov. That's what it looks like, bro. But yeah, Gelton Almeida's good, man. People don't like him. I don't really like him either. I understand why. But he's going to win this fight, and he's going to be the number 1 contender unless Jones comes back or Pereira wants to fight Aspinall. And yeah, I'm hoping whoever the heavyweight champion is, and I'm really hoping it's going to be Aspinall, I'm hoping the heavyweight division can really start moving and stay active. Yo, Casual, I heard Nina Drama been blowing up your phone for an interview. Yeah, bro. I know. I haven't hit her back, but yeah, we'll get to that. Y'all will see me on there one day in the near future, and you're going to be like, what? See, y'all see Casual. Y'all see that I'm 6'7", guys. Y'all will see. You will see something. I was going with Azamat till I seen that Rakic is a solid 2 feet taller than him. Yeah, facts. I originally leaned Azamat when I thought about it, or when I first heard of it, because he's riding the momentum. Rakic that's the real thing. What's the opposite of momentum, guys? Dementum? Loki might have just made that up, but yeah, so Azamat's riding this upwards trend, this momentum. Rakic is riding this dementum. Look, guys, this is how it works. I'm glazing, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, I was going to go with against Rakic. I'm going to go Rakic to bounce back, bro. It's such a step down in competition. Azamat, for him, is such a step up in competition. I think Azamat is a good fighter. I just think it's too soon. I think it's too soon to go fight Rakic. Rakic is good, man. Rakic is good. I was going with I already said that. Magomed Ankalaev fight, it was 29-28. Yeah. It was like Ankalaev was just in control the whole time. Also, guys, Azamat is not Magomed Ankalaev. Not even close. Anthony Smith should have been champ. He just let the CTE get to him and said, I'm okay. We really could have lived in a world where Anthony Smith was champ. That's a real thing. Rakic is a UFC fighter for sure, facts. I want Azamat to win, but the reach difference is too much, facts. Almeida's literally a finisher. I don't get the hate. He is. Except for Derek Lewis. That's where people, I promise you, that's where the hate really comes from, was the Derek Lewis fight. Because everybody loves Derek Lewis. He got smudged for 5 rounds. That's where it comes from. I can almost guarantee you. I'd rather have Gane as champ over Almeida. I agree, though. Almeida's a tank. He's good. He really is good. I think he's a lighter heavyweight. Isn't he like 240? I want to say he might be like 240, which might be OP for the heavyweight division, fighting all these blobs. Casual, who do you think is more chopped, Merab or Bautista? Let me get a good look at Mario. Mario looks like an old lesbian to me. Like, no hate. Maybe that was a little bit of hate, but like, let me show y'all his face real quick. Y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Loki like an old lesbian lady? Yes or no? Yes or no? Let me shrink this down. Center that John up. All right. Maybe that was too far. I don't know. But that's the vibes I get. He like looks old at the same time. Mario Bautista like looks old in the face, especially when you see like videos of him and stuff. He looks old, but he's not old. It's kind of weird. Kind of strange. What y'all think? Looks like Mexican Ellen? Oh my gosh. I'm going to say Mario's more chopped. I like Merab. Let's see. It looked like Azamat was sitting down at the face-off today. I didn't even watch that. I need to watch that. You're going to look at the prelims? Yeah, we can look at them a little bit. I'm not going to really go in depth about them. We got Nazrat. Dude, I never know how to say this dude's name. Quillen Salkillo. Hey, my boy Ikram's fighting this weekend. Completely forgot about that. Ikram's going to bounce back, guys. Dude, what is this dude's name? He's the one that got like the 7-second KO or something like that. 19-second. I was close. Against Anshu Jubilee. Quillen. I'm just going to call him Quillen. Give me Quillen, give me Ikram. Lodovic Klein's back. Oh, wow. Lodovic Klein's fighting Rebeski. That might be a banger fight, bro. Walter Walker's back in the mix. That's crazy. This is how bad the heavyweight division is, guys. Number 15 ranked in the heavyweight division. You're on the prelims, buddy. You're on the prelims, all right? Walter Walker via heel hook, probably. Nathaniel Wood back in action. Jose Delgado coming back off a nasty KO. And the rest are nobodies. I think I made a video in y'all know the videos I make where it's like only 1% of UFC fighters or fans can recognize this fighter. I'm pretty sure Mitch Raposo was one of my 1%ers one time. Chris Barnett back in action. Oh my gosh. Oh my, this is not who I think it is. Handy Mandy. The guy that fought Muhammad Usman, bro. Oh my gosh. I remember you, gang. I remember you. Why is Mackenzie Dern dating elites? What? What? Mexican Ellen is crazy. Who do you think won between Gus versus Jones? I got Jones. I think Jones won. It was a close fight, though. It was. He was like a 60-year-old man with a 20-year-old body. Bautista came out the womb with that face. I can tell you for a fact that Reyes won. That was a D? Salkilled? Salkilled? I think it's because Mario has that folded skin under around his mouth. Yeah, it's like something with the skin, bro. 4 heavyweight fights tomorrow. I'm hyped. Let's go. Hamdi the Hammer versus Chris Barnett. One and only Egyptian fighter. Boy, Hamdi. Hamdi Mandy. But yes, guys, these are my predictions for UFC 321. Our Aspinall, we need you. I'm going to be honest, guys. We need you. I made a video on this. If we're in trouble, I'm going to be real. We're in trouble if Cyril Gane wins. We are in trouble. My gosh, please. It's not going to happen, guys. Look, we're not going to speak that into existence, but it's not going to happen. But look, I'm going to warn you of this, okay, guys? When the first round's getting going and Cyril Gane's starting to land some things on the feet looking sharp, don't worry, guys. Tom Aspinall's going to scare you for a little bit, and he's going to get the job done, okay? That's what I can say. Aspinall's going to out-physical him. He's also got 10 pounds on him. He's also a lot slicker on the ground. 1 inch taller. Reach disadvantage, though. But, yeah. Where's their age? Is Cyril Gane not like 35 now? I think he's like 35, bro. I guess they don't show that, but I think Cyril Gane's like 35, and Tom Aspinall's what? Oh gosh, I don't even know. Maybe 32 if I had to guess. I don't even know. I don't even know, to be honest. But also, guys, I'm seeing stuff where Tom Aspinall's saying if his buddy gets a title fight, he's going to vacate. No, Tom, no. Tom, you can run this division for as long as you want. Y'all heard DC say it with the hot mic on, but yeah. Tom Aspinall is going to win this fight. Let's not get worried. Even when Cyril Gane looks like he's landing that teep, he's really digging that teep into Tom Aspinall's body, man. He's really tearing up those legs, popping that jab. Don't worry. Aspinall is going to get the fight to the ground. He's going to either get a TKO finish or he's going to win by submission. I'm picking submission. Or maybe Tom Aspinall drops him and then finishes with TKO or finishes with ground and pound or hops on a submission from there. I don't know, man. I don't know. Tom's 32, Gane's 35. Okay, so we were right. We were right. Nice. I like how the main card is 2 top heavyweight fights, 1 light heavyweight fight, and 1 bantamweight fight. And the co-main is the smallest women's. Yeah. I wish we had. This is the spot, bro, where this card is already solid. But think about how much differently we'd be viewing this card if the co-main would have been, which I was really hoping and I thought that it might have been. What if this co-main instead of Jandiroba versus Dern was Paddy Pimblett versus Arman Tsarukyan? I mean, we'd be talking about like, bro, this might be like card of the year. Because Aspinall finally fighting, it would be a big upgrade to the card. The card is already solid. I also wanted to see Umar versus Song Yadong, but Batista works. You know why they did that, actually? Now that is Song Yadong booked, by the way? Somebody let me know if Song Yadong is booked, but they're probably, if I had to guess, they're probably setting up Umar to fight Mario, obviously. And then I'm thinking Sean O'Malley's going to fight Song Yadong. That's what I'm thinking. Because I want to say that Mario Bautista and Sean O'Malley either They might train together, so I don't know if they really are going to fight or really want to fight. But yeah, Umar's going to win this fight, guys. We're going to get Merab. Merab's going to beat Jan in December. And then we'll probably get Merab versus Umar 2 around, oh gosh. I was going to say March. Maybe around March, depending on if Umar can fight around Ramadan. I don't know. Maybe they do it in February because we're only in October, November, December, January. Maybe they can make it for February. I don't know. Maybe early March. I don't know, man. But yeah, this is my official prediction. This is going to be the perfect scenario for UFC 321, and that is Tom Aspinall. Go out there, easy work. This is what we need to happen. We need Tom Aspinall not just to win, but to make it look easier than what John Jones did. That will really put a statement out there, okay? And don't go on the mic calling out John Jones. Don't say anything about John Jones, okay? Don't. There's no reason. It's only going to give him. I feel like if he says nothing about John Jones, it's going to make Jones even more mad. You know, maybe making think people. Maybe he thinks people forgot about him or something like that. Oh, this guy's not calling me out anymore. Maybe he actually moved on. Maybe I do need to step back in there. I'm going to say Aspinall slimes out Cyril Gane early, makes it look easy, doesn't say anything about Jones. I think that would be great. Jandaroba, I think, is going to beat Dern. Umar, I think Umar needs to dominate, even get a finish against Mario Bautista. I don't think Bautista beating Umar does much for the division, except for a new contender, I guess. But if Mario does beat Umar, I mean, is he next for the belt? He might be. Even I know it sounds crazy, Mario Bautista versus Merab, but it's possible, man. But give me Umar by decision. And Umar will probably fight Merab next. Volkov Almeida. I think this will be it could be a good fight. Scratch that. I think Almeida's going to get him out of there early. I think Gelton Almeida is going to get an early submission or TKO. I'm going to say submission, though. And Volkov's going to get bounced, and maybe we'll see. Dude, I don't know, but like, what do you do with Gane? If Gane loses, what do you do with him next? Gane, Derek Lewis again? What do you do? I don't know. I actually don't know. Barnett versus Egyptian guy is literally the ultimate blah fest. Best case scenario, Mario slamming out Umar. Facts. If Tom and John fight and when Tom fights. Wait. If Tom and John fight and when Tom wins, I will fall asleep to the cries of John fans. Yeah. Tom versus John be sick. Casual, can I get a birthday casual FC tomorrow? Emmett, bro. If I could stream tomorrow, I would. I can't stream tomorrow, but I'll go ahead and wish you happy birthday, Emmett. We'll get a casual FC running next week, though. We will. Casual didn't grant my birthday wish. What was the birthday request? Gane would do so much better in kickboxing. True. I think his takedown defense and stuff will be improved, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. Tom Aspinall might literally just bulldoze Cyril Gane, just full on tackle him. But yeah, we need Aspinall to win, bro. We low key need Umar to win too. I really want to see Merab Umar rematch. I really do. Because when we're talking about Merab, if Merab beats Jan, which I think he will, and then let's say he beats Umar in a rematch, he's gonna have to move up. He's going to have to move up. Seriously, unless he wants to fight O'Malley for the third time? Probably not. So, yeah, I think there's only 2 logical fights for Merab in that division left, and they're both rematches. I don't think there would be any rematch with Sandhagen down the line. I don't think the trilogy with O'Malley will ever happen. I mean, unless O'Malley really goes up there and beats like a Song Yadong and then beats a Jan or a Umar or a Sandhagen. But, like, I don't think the UFC will book it. This is what they'll do. Okay? If Merab keeps winning and O'Malley bounces back, goes on a tear, the UFC is going to force Merab to move up, right? Because that way we have a super fight between whether it's Merab versus Volk, Merab versus Evloev, Merab versus Lerone Murphy, whoever it is. And that leaves a vacant title in the bantamweight division for somebody like Sean O'Malley. You don't think the UFC wants to book a O'Malley versus Umar or O'Malley versus Jan rematch for a vacant title? They absolutely do. They absolutely do. Okay. So final predictions: Aspinall submission, Jandiroba submission, Umar decision, Almeida submission, and Rakic decision. I would love to see Rakic get a KO, but probably not. Probably not. Azamat might even win the first round and Rakic takes the last two, but those are my predictions, guys. We're finna get out of here. I'm finna go tap into the World Series. Umar more entertaining than Bautista. I agree. I agree. Tom versus John Pereira will never happen. I could see, yeah, I don't think Tom's going to fight either of those. I could see the John versus Pereira fight happening, though. I could. UFC connections of my uncle Chris De La Rocha to Taito Ivasa. Oh my gosh. I remember that. There's no way. Is that even possible? I don't even know if that's possible. I'm not familiar with your uncle, okay? I'm sorry. I apologize. Low-key, Corey did surprisingly well against Merab. It's just Merab clip farmed him. Merab almost knocked him out. My brother-in-law is Dominic Reyes, I think. Possibly while wife is asking her something next tomorrow when she comes over. Okay, I had an aneurysm trying to read that. But if that's real, if that's true, that's valid. That's valid. My boy Bryce Mitchell. We don't speak of the World Series after Game 7 facts. Can I pick the fights for next week? Hey, Emmett, go ahead and submit your request. What you want to see? What do you want to see? Because we already know what the main event's going to be. The main event's already set in stone, but you can build the undercard if you want to. The main event is Gamrot versus Topuria, guys, next Friday. Next Friday, we have Gamrot versus Topuria for the Casual FC championship. It's going to be a banger. It is going to be a banger. But yeah, throw some suggestions for the undercard. We're finna get out of here. After Emmett hits me with some of these fights, we're going to get out of here. All right, guys. I'm pumped for 321. It kind of snuck up on me, to be honest. Kind of snuck up on me. We got a couple good weeks of fights, right? Okay, next week, never mind. I'm probably actually, you know what? I might just take a break from UFC next week. Steve Garcia, David Onama, Waldo Cortez on the card. Probably not watching this one, bro. Call me a casual, bro. I don't care. Call me casual. I'm not watching that. We're taking a break. We're taking a break from UFC November 1st weekend. Oh, I'm going to be gone that weekend, actually, anyway. Fact. I forgot about that. Gabriel Bonfim back in action against Randy Brown. That's an interesting fight. I like that fight. I like it. Adrian Yanez. They haven't even filled out this card yet. Okay. It's like 3 weeks away. Wait, no, it's 2 weeks away. I don't know. I can't math right now. Yeah, that card doesn't even. That card looks like nothing. There's nothing on it so far. UFC 322 is going to be a banger, bro. I cannot wait for this one. I cannot wait for this one. Islam JDM is going to be sick. Valentina Weili actually going to be kind of cool. I actually might be impressed by a women's fight. Sean Brady Morales, forgot about this fight. That's a good fight too. Brady's going to win that one. Bo Nickel back in action. Better not be on the main card. He better not be over Leon versus Prates. But yeah, this is shaping up to be one of the biggest fights, or one of the best cards of the year, which is what we predicted. I even built a card a little bit better than this, but this is still good. Still great. Leon Prates, sick fight. Dariush BSD, sick fight. Kopylov Robocop, sick fight. Wellmaker on the prelims. GM3 man. And Susarkayev back in action. But yeah. Wait. Oh, who is Oli? Ollie versus Connor. Oh, like Oliveira? Oliveira versus Connor. I'm guessing that's Oliveira. Oliveira versus Connor. Kevin Holland versus Colby. Yuri versus Reyes. Okay, let me write that down. For Casual FC. We've got 2 fights already booked, guys. Look, I'm going to be like Dana, okay? We're about to announce the card. Don't forget, Max Holloway got cut, by the way. Max Holloway was the first fighter to get cut off Casual FC. All right, we're gonna go ahead and announce the card early. And what's the last one you said? Okay, Yuri back in action. Yuri might be a couple fights away from a title fight. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. This is what we got. This is what we got. As of right now, main event's going to be Cousin Gamrot versus Ilya for the casual FC title. Also on the card, not in any order yet, we already have confirmed Bryce Mitchell will be taking on Tom Aspinall. Okay? Also on the card, Charlie DuBronx Oliveira taking on Conor McGregor, Kevin Holland taking on Colby Covington, and Yuri Prohaska taking on Dominic Reyes. There is the casual FC4 card. It is in the works. It is all confirmed. Contracts have been signed. But yes, guys, we're about to get out of here. I will be back on stream. No stream tomorrow for the Fight Companion, but we will be back on stream Tuesday for UFC 5. All right. Interim champ needs to be Oliveira versus Conor. Maybe we can do it as a number one contender fight, but there's no interim champ unless there's some storyline that goes down. You know, Gamrot is partying at the club too much and gets hurt or whatever. I'll keep y'all updated, okay? But that's Casual FC next Friday. We'll be streaming Tuesday and Friday next week. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. But yeah, we're all praying for a Tom Aspinall victory, guys. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all on Tuesday. Y'all like the stream, and yeah.